for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live for the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside ESPN's John Anderson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, and the show is yours up until, when do we break for Jason Wood? Like 5:10?
Or 5:10, 5:12.
You get 10 minutes to do whatever you want. No rules. Anything goes when the whistle blows, everything out with the lights on the stage, hotter than a cowboy's pistol on the 4th of July. I don't know where I stole that from. I haven't used that in 20 years. 1-800-990-3776. You got 9 minutes. Talk about whatever you want. Say whatever you want that you feel needs to be said. Whatever Will put up for the Packer postgame show on Twitter about me saying that you can't trust Jordan Love, they played it in Chicago.
They did.
Yeah, with David Kaplan. And I was a little disappointed. I mean, they said my voice is terrible, or they took on it that I was just ripping Jordan Love. Well, in the context of the show, it wasn't entirely that. As Tausch set me straight, and he's right. It was mostly on the coach, LaFleur. But LaFleur should have known, and everybody does know, that even if you like Jordan Love, which I do, and I still have a bet that he'll be MVP in the next 5 years, it's obvious that he can really make stupid plays and might in the future. So if you're the head coach, you've got to keep that in mind and not give him that possibility. It may not happen every time, but can happen. So you limit what he can do. But again, LaFleur's inability to make them run the ball. Again, it's the average, the good high school coach would have known what to do then, and LaFleur didn't, and his quarterback let him down because the quarterback should have known as well. Even if he was given a pass, like, okay, fine, we'll pass, but I'm only going to pass the ball if the guy's so wide open, it's like he's sitting on the sidelines. But anyway, David Kaplan says something like, that guy's been doing it for 40 years. Yeah, I've been doing this so long. I interviewed David Kaplan when he was after he'd been an assistant coach at Northern Illinois. I think the coach's name was McLeod. And McLeod got fired, and then he started doing a service where he would rate college or high school basketball players and stuff like that. And I'd have him on that. And he was just some guy with one of these scouting services. And he's gone on to way better than me, an incredibly successful career. But I was surprised that he didn't mention, yeah, that guy, I used to come on his show. That's how long he's been doing it. When I was a guy doing this little bitty basketball scouting service. 1-800-990-3776. And then they said my voice was like an AM voice. I don't know exactly what that meant and don't even care. Mo, you are on 94.5 ESPN only because John Anderson is on assignment. Jason Wooley at 5:15. And then Jerry Augustine, as I talked about a few minutes ago, coming on at 5:35 to tell us how the pitching is fine as they get ready for the playoffs, even though I don't believe that. Yes, Mo.
So, Homer, I've had a chance to kind of digest the loss a little bit, and it's still baffling that we really lost to that Cleveland Browns team.
Yes, but I do want to let you know, Mo. I'll let you finish, but be aware, I now have two records. The Packers players are 3-0. The head coach is 2-1.
Well,
because they won the game.
Here, Homer. The Green Bay Packers are
No, they're not. The
2-1.
players, every player on that team should know and be told, and I'll be happy to do it if they send me to Dallas. You guys are 3-0. Your head coach cost you the game. You did everything necessary to win the game. It happened, so you're 3-0, and he's 2-1. So just so we all have the record straight. Maybe that should be the question, Pebble.
Well,
Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Homer says the players are 3-0, and Matt LaFleur is 2-1. Agree or disagree? Go ahead, Mo. I won't interrupt again.
No, it's okay. So, Homer, here's the thing. Now, I've seen you face a lot of criticism over the past few days in regards to what you said about Jordan Love.
Yes.
Post-game when you said that he can't be trusted.
Correct.
Now, I happen to
Also
blame
accurate.
Jordan Love more than LaFleur on the interception. I'm putting the blame on Jordan Love.
Okay.
You make the damn play. The coach calls it, you make it. I don't care if it's wrong or not. You're a $55 million quarterback. You're supposed to make the right read. Now, my question is this. And this is something that I've kind of been thinking about through the second half of last season, and now I can't help but keep thinking this same question. Could somebody please tell me where 2023, especially the second half of 2023, Jordan Love is prior to receiving the contract extension? I'm still searching for that guy, and we haven't seen it. And I don't know that
you
Jordan
might never
Love
see him again. He had 16 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions? Wasn't that what it was for 8 games? Something like that?
Something like that, but Homer,
you probably won't ever see that. You might for 18 games, but I do want to let you know, to answer your question, that someone brought it up that Baker Mayfield, his rookie year, had a similar stretch over 8 games where he was incredible. The point to me was, Homer, this has happened before. It doesn't mean the quarterback is that good. So that's one aspect. And 2, it's unlikely because very few quarterbacks ever have that many stretches of so many touchdown passes and so few interceptions. And even in that year, he then threw the interception on first down late in the playoff game against San Francisco. So,
so that's fine, Homer. But what I'm wondering is,
yes,
if that's the case, if that's the best we're going to see from him, then I'm in the same boat as you. I don't think Jordan Love. I don't think I could trust him in crunch time, and I don't know if he'll ever. Wait.
I do got to enter this. Yes, I can trust him to a level in crunch time. Like, for example, in this game, though he didn't have to do much, you must also recognize that he came back and led the team. He didn't have to do that much. He threw a long pass where there was an interference, and then he made the pass to Kraft, which probably you or I could have thrown. But that aside, he made good plays, and he got it back in the position to win the game. It's important that quarterbacks have the ability to recover from bad plays, and he showed that. That cannot be forgotten about the game. He got screwed to a degree because if they had made the field goal, everybody would have said, me included, yeah, that was the stupidest play. But he still came back and got him the field goal. We can't say that because another part of the team screwed up. But look, you can win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love. You can. But you have to recognize in various situations he can make incredibly dumb plays, so you might have to limit him in some of those. It doesn't happen that often. But that was my point.
So I want to end with a question, Homer.
Yes.
Homer, I want to end with
Can you win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love? Can this team, especially with this defense, win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love? Yes or no, Mo? Yes.
Yeah, that's hard to answer.
What's your answer?
I'm leaning towards yes.
What? No, you're leaning toward yes. All right, you're not sure.
My counter question.
Hold on,
Homer,
Pebble. I'll answer it in a second. Pebble, put it up. Can the Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl with Jordan Love and this defense? Not just this year, but in the next, what would you say, 3 years? How many years? 3 years. Hell yes, in the next 3 years. All right, so what's your question, Mo? Fire away.
So my final question is, if it comes down to Jordan Love making a play for this Packers team to win the next big game, whenever that may come, do you trust that Jordan Love will, 1, make the play necessary to get us to that level, and 2, not do a dumb play to be catastrophic like it was this past Sunday? Do you trust him in that situation?
I believe that he's capable of making that stupid a play again. But I also believe, more importantly, he can play in a game well enough for the team to win. And that's more important. Is he capable of screwing up? Yes, that's why I said the head coach must not trust him in certain situations. Is he good enough to play well enough for the game, which is the most important thing, for the Packers to win? The answer is yes. Now, people will be amazed that I say that because of what was put on Twitter, but they use it however they want to use it. I said in that he has other strengths. It didn't act like he was horrible, But again, people have an agenda for, and I'm not blaming anybody because that's the way it goes, and that's fine. But that's the question. With this defense, can the Green Bay Packers win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love at quarterback? And I say yes. But you have to accept the fact, Mo, that he might make another really stupid play. Are you still there?
Yeah. Well.
So you
you
like him less than I do. That's what's weird, Mo. You like Jordan Love less than I do, right? You're not sure.
No, let's not get it twisted. No, Homer. Let's not get it twisted. I'm a big fan of Jordan Love, but from what I've seen ever since him receiving the contract extension, I just don't trust the guy. I've seen too many stupid plays where I'm kind of traumatized.
Yes. There have been. Yes, you're traumatized. He has to do enough great plays or good plays to get you back on his side. That's fair. That's yeah.
Correct.
But he's not as good as he was during that 8-game stretch because almost no quarterbacks are that good other than maybe Aaron Rodgers. He might have another 8-game stretch at some point in his career. But, you accept one. He's not that good. Two, not that good as during that time. He's capable of making incredibly stupid plays at times. But he also has shown an ability to bounce back when he messes up. So now he's got to make enough plays to impress you to put up with all the other stuff to think that you could win a Super Bowl. And part of the reason I think you can win the Super Bowl with him is because the defense is that good. At some point they'll start getting some turnovers to help him. But yeah, I think Mo he needs to do more special things for you to accept all the other, right?
Yes. He just needs to show me that when the game is on the line consistently, when the ball's in his hands and they take away Josh Jacobs, he's going to make the right play to elevate the team and put the team on his back. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. I don't know how much I think I would say on his back. I would say with the assistance of what I think is a pretty good receiving core, and I expect Golden to get hot because he's good and he's getting open, and it just hasn't happened yet. So I would say that he's not going to carry – Jordan Love is not going to carry this team to a Super Bowl as Aaron Rodgers could. But you can win with him, and he can play well enough and be a part of the reason you win a Super Bowl. But I look forward, Mo, to you calling and saying, yeah, I give him a thumbs up for this game. He's moving in that direction. I'm seeing more of the plays I need to see to believe that he can do it, given his other foibles or weaknesses. So call back. We're going to be checking. We might have you as in the postgame show every week to say, all right, Mo, what do you think about Jordan Love? Did he show enough for you to say, yes, the Green Bay Packers can win a Super Bowl in the next 3 years with this defense and Jordan Love? You can't say it yet, can you, Mo? Not today.
Nope, I cannot. But great. I'll be ready for that moment.
All right, call the postgame show. Look forward. We now have our standard bearer for Jordan Love, Mo, in Illinois. Jason Wilde, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43 is going to be backed up from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette, down to the KK River crossing. The northbound side slow through the Marquette as well, all the way up to North Avenue. Westbound 94, you've got backups from the Marquette all the way to about Hawley Road. You're back on the brakes through the Zoo interchange to the county line, all the way pretty much to Calhoun. On the eastbound side, you got backups from Springdale Road all the way past Barker Road, back on the brakes from the Zoo interchange to 35th. Lake Lawn Resort offers everything you need, from lakeside rooms to gourmet dining and a luxurious spa. Relax, recharge, and enjoy the best of Delavan. Book your stay now at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a slight chance for a shower with a high of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
We have had great offenses around here for a long time. And we've sat there, can the defense be good enough? And we have hashtag fired every coordinator on defense we've seen.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guys, because Jeff Hafley ain't going to get, you're not going to get hashtagged with Half because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
It's the 16th game where they've lost after having a lead of a touchdown or more in the second half since 2020. It's an embarrassment. What that stat tells me is no lead is safe with the Baltimore Ravens. And how is that not a reflection on John Harbaugh? We sit here and talk about everybody else with the Ravens, how much pressure is on Lamar and Derrick Henry, 3 consecutive games where he's had a fumble. And yet John Harbaugh skates on all of the criticism because we know the organization is functional and they don't make rash decisions in terms of pivoting off of quality head coaches. And let me be clear about this aspect of it. I'm not saying that John Harbaugh is not a good coach. I think he's one of the finest coaches in the NFL. I do question whether or not this group of men can get to where they want to go with John Harbaugh leading them.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's time for Jason Wilde on the Homer Hour on 94.5 ESPN.
Everybody should get information about the Packers from Jason Wilde every second of every day. You just go to ESPN Wisconsin, the app, and then you can follow everything Jason Wilde says. It's a full-time job, though. It's kind of like having tickets to the Brewers for all 81 games. Jason Wilde does a lot. He's on, off, and off, and off. And good evening, Jason. No John Anderson. He is on assignment.
Is he at the Brewers game?
He is not, I believe, though I really don't like to give this information out. I think he has something as far as being a professor. So,
nice.
But he never tells me exactly because I've told him I don't care. If you're not here, why do I care what you're doing? You're just not here. So
you are a curious man, Stephen.
No, if he needed help on something, I would help. If you needed help on something, yes. But as far as why someone's not here, as a person
maybe it's just interesting.
No.
Couldn't it just be interesting?
No. Nope. Chance of that are slim and none. Why would anybody care? I listened to radio my whole life before I got in. Did I care why someone was gone? No. I was just irritated that he was gone. The reason why was irrelevant. My life is not as good because I can't hear that person this day. But clearly that's different.
It's a theory.
Yeah? No, that's not a theory. That's the way I was.
I understand, but he could, I don't know, maybe he's going up in a rocket ship. If it was that, would you say, okay, in that I'll make an exception. I'd like to hear more about it.
If he chose to talk about it, it's the John Anderson Homer Hour.
Right, but you're the one who told him, I don't care. If you're not here, I don't care why.
Correct, but
So then why is he going to want to talk about it?
I don't know.
You basically told him, don't talk about it, I don't care.
But he's also told that it's his show, and he can do whatever he wants. My opinion on stuff is irrelevant compared to if he wants to talk. He wants to talk about that all the time, then he can. It's his show. It's the John Anderson Homer Hour. I don't have any control because just so you know,
you abdicate control.
No.
It's obnoxious.
That is
no,
well,
yeah, you do.
Let me tell you the background to that, and then you'll see if you change your opinion. They said they wanted
I'm open to changing my opinion.
They said they wanted to have all these people on. I said, "Is it my show?" And they go, "Yeah." And I go, "Fire them all. Give me that money. I can do a damn show for 1 hour. I don't need any guests." And do you know what they said? It's your show, but not in that regard. So since they decided those people were more important than me, I got to adhere to they're more important than me, so they decide
Maybe they
everything.
just thought that the concept of the show would be a little more enjoyable if it was more than just you. But you've done how many years of just you did you do?
I started in 1980, so
okay.
Yeah, lots.
And so you had.
So I'm pretty
Thunder
good at
for
it.
a while. You had get. No one's questioning whether you're good at it. In my opinion, I'm certainly not.
As one time when I had a partner, I was told that if the partner left, then I would be back to be doing it alone. That didn't happen either.
Yeah,
and the person involved told me that he was lied to. So and then said, "So Homer, sucks for you." That was.
I will leave it at this, so we can get the Packers and say, my opinion of you and your work. I enjoy the people that we have selected to be on your program
have been outstanding.
Are outstanding, and so in the end, you have to say that while the Homer Hour, all by his lonesome Homer, would be a very, very good quality show.
Yes.
I would argue that because it's John Anderson and because it's Brian Bulaga, who I believe Brian Bulaga you have 2 days a week, correct?
That is correct, yes.
That is superior radio to you just by yourself talking to, whoever it might be.
Yeah.
So that's just my 2 cents.
Well, I would.
So they knew what they were doing, whether you believe it or not.
I will join that club. Yes.
Okay, great to have you.
Right, let's
you
go
can
to the
also
Pack.
join the. I want to know if McCole Hardman asked to be released off the practice squad, or they just decided, you know what, we've seen what we needed to see from these young guys. We don't need this guy. Because seeing that today, and I have not had a chance to talk to anybody yet, but I am very curious. Like I thought, I was talking to Malik Heath after.
Let me ask you just a question. It really doesn't matter. Because
you're big on the it doesn't matter.
Well, they don't want him. So, like, if he asked and they said, no, we're not going to do it, I mean, they're in control,
sure, right? But what I'm saying is that, you may not want him or need him now, but I have no idea what's going to happen on Sunday night, right? Neither do you, unless you see the future
the Packers are winning, and they're covering.
Right.
Yes.
Sure, but that doesn't mean, they won against Washington, and
they don't think
lost.
he's any good.
Well, again, having him on the practice squad,
right,
and as a in case of emergency break glass guy, like I don't think that there's a lot of harm in that for them. Now he may think this is BS. I should be on the 53. You lost Jaden Reed. You still didn't promote me to the 53. Now today they promoted Brant Banks, who is a undrafted rookie free agent offensive lineman who was on the practice squad. I don't know if teams had come, knocking, looking for him and to add them to their 53.
Don't you think he might play,
first.
given the offensive line?
He could, yeah, exactly.
Right.
But what I'm saying is you could have easily left Banks. Now you got 2 Bankses on your offensive line, but you could have left Brant on the practice squad and called him up on Sunday as a game day elevation. They chose to sign him to the 53. There's the other thing that I wonder if McCole, and I don't know McCole at all. I mean, I talked to him 3 times maybe since he's been here. Maybe he's going, dude, you guys had 2 empty. They had 51 guys for Sunday's game. So they only had 3 inactives because they didn't fill the roster spot for Reed when they put him on IR. They didn't fill the roster spot for Brenton Cox when they put him on IR. Which again, that Goody does that all the time, and if he talked more, I would love to ask him what the philosophy is behind that. Like, there's got to be some reasons for it, because otherwise, like being a man down, is it just you're just saving money by not having to pay a roster spot when you're going to just have the guy be inactive anyway? I don't know.
Well, now it makes sense.
I
makes
assume
sense
that's
to
what
me,
it is.
Right?
Sure. So my point, but no, like very few teams ever do that because you never know what diamond in the rough you might have. But my point is that, if I'm Mecole Hardman, it's nice to get some sort of paycheck for being on the practice squad, obviously. But if you didn't elevate me when you lost Jaden Reed and you put him on IR, do you guys really? Am I only here in an absolute emergency? Because then I'd like to explore my options. Again, I don't know. I haven't talked to him.
I'm going with that club. I'm going. I said, fine. If you feel
think that makes sense.
Yeah,
that would make the most sense.
You feel that badly? Fine. We'll let you go. Okay. Thanks for helping us. And nobody's going to pick you up.
Thank you for your service.
Well, probably no one's going to pick you up anyway. And so if we did in fact need you, then we could call you back then, right?
Well, I suppose. I mean, again, there's, you never know who you pick up that might actually be extremely valuable, whether you're Tremont Williams
the lack
or
of interest
Desmond Howard.
Yeah, but the lack of interest the Packers have shown in using him, if I'm with another team, would give me an indication that there must not be much there. The Packers, I think, would have a decent reputation for judging talent, right?
Yeah, I mean, they also have a reputation for they'd rather play a young guy and live with his growing pains than play a retread.
Right.
So maybe it's not through his
when he's on the practice squad, any other team can pick him up if they'll put him on their roster.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so
yeah, I'm not saying that he's Desmond Howard 1996.
Correct.
Or he's not
I'm surprised
Rasul
like you.
Douglas.
I would have given him a chance. I don't know why they didn't. I don't like the risk of other people getting hurt in those situations that are important players. Like Golden was returning, right?
Yes.
I do that. Put Armand there. What? Goldman's going to be good. Goldman is the best kept secret because he's actually played well and gotten open, but he doesn't have the stats to back it up.
Well, he's got that ridiculous average separation score or whatever that knuckleheaded statistic is, which again, I would like to know. I don't know the people that have come up with that, conjured that up. So it's hard I don't want to criticize them. Maybe it's a brilliant thing that they've done. I don't know what their qualifications are. But I'm always leery of recently invented statistics.
Yeah, I believe that's done for gambling
my eyes
purposes
tell me.
too.
Yeah, my eyes tell me that he does do a really good job of getting open.
Yep.
I don't have the statistics, and I'm not going to invent the Wilde quotient or something.
I like
but
that.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me write that down. No. The Wilde quotient.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be for, but yeah. Again, they clearly have decided. And I remember Goody saying this. I always bring this
over
up.
100 yards this week receiving, by the way, for those of you that gamble and whatever you can get on that, go for it. Golden over 100 yards. That can be your Steinhaus.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't know. We got to figure out eligibility rules and expectations again. I've won 2 in a row now, so Tausch is going to be irritated with me. But I would just say this. Look, if they are committed to Golden and to Savion Williams as their kickoff return guy, then there's no point in keeping Mecole Hardman around. And the point I was going to make is that when they finished the 2023 season, I asked Goody, I said, does the way this season played out make you even more adamant that the best way to go is to play young guys? Does it even solidify your belief in that? He said, it doesn't change my belief. I believed it the whole time. What I think it does is shows everyone else that if you play young guys and you live with their growing pains, when they come out on the other side in the second half of the season or the final third of the season, it pays a lot of dividends. And I thought it was a pretty good argument by him. And I don't always agree with him, as you know. But when I think about that, it does mean that there are growing pains that have to be endured. And it does mean that at times you're going to lose some games because of it. You're going to regret doing it, but you know the bigger picture. I'm very curious to see if in the interim, if it ends up costing them in any way.
Yeah. I feel
because
great.
I don't know how good Savion Williams is. Like I haven't seen anything where I'm like, ooh, yeah, this guy's really good. That's good that they have him, right? Like there's been, I guess, a little bit of a flash, but not much. So, again, we'll have to wait and see.
I like the team as much. I have now stated, and I know you'll love this, the Packer players are 3-0, and I would tell them that. Their head coach is 2-1. And so I think they should be as confident as they were as if they had won the game and just go and put a whooping on
I think defense. I agree with you. I agree with you defensively. I agree with you defensively that they should be as confident. I mean, the touchdown drive they gave up was 4 yards.
Right. And the offense, even though the knucklehead quarterback made that bad play, they came back and drove down the field. Now, granted, they got a long pass.
Oh, come on.
Hold on. They got a pass interference.
They didn't drive down the field.
But he had to throw the correct pass to get the pass interference. I mean,
come on.
Well, how much credit do you want to give them for after you make such a stupid play to come back and get in position to have a game-winning field goal? What? I mean, I understand there's a limit to what he did. It's not like they ran the ball every play.
No,
right?
And I don't want to take it out on you, but I said this to Jim, Matt, and Molly and Madison as well. Like, I had all these people after my argument with you was framed with my response to you. So thank you very much for getting me all riled up, because it starts with me saying you have to make that play. You can't throw an interception there.
I agree.
Which I stand by.
I agree with you.
But it made it sound like I was trashing the guy, and what I was arguing with you, because you were blaming it all on LaFleur for putting him in that position to begin with, and I fundamentally disagreed with that, obviously. But like this was one of the comebacks I was getting from Jordan Love, and I don't want to call them apologists, but like they feel compelled, and I don't know how big the portion of the Packers fan base is that does this, because it's not a homogeneous group. And they're all the Packers fans. But there's a portion of them, and if you've heard me on other shows, I've said this too, that just feel compelled to always paint Love in the nicest, best possible light. And can we just say, hey, that was a dumb interception. He's better than that. He is willing to say that, so you don't have to. Like, that's one of the great things I love about him too. Like, when you had to criticize Rodgers for a bad decision, he never would say, that was a bad decision by me, right? Favre was the same way. Like, they just never said, yeah, that's 100% my bad. That's just me. That's on me. And Love does, and I respect the heck out of him for that, and it's one of the many things I like about him. But then the response that I kept getting from a certain point, well, he led the drive for the go-ahead field goal that just got blocked. They got a 20-yard pass interference penalty.
That's correct.
And I don't know how many yards after the catch Tucker Kraft's 18-yard gain was.
He threw a pass into the flat.
Yes. So, and again, those yards count. I'm not saying that they shouldn't count for his passing total.
This is the same guy who made a play that you find hard to believe he could actually mess up that badly. You can be in that mode of just screwing up everything when you're like that, right?
I'm just saying, let's not,
you're right. Okay.
Let's not make it something it wasn't.
Correct.
That's all.
Let's not oversell it. But he did do it.
He did. No doubt he did it.
Because given what he did on the previous play on an interception, you have to assume anything's possible, right?
No. Again, like right. He's got enough of a built-up level of success where no one thinks he sucks. Like, if that was the only pass you'd ever seen him throw, and he, falls for the banana in the tailpipe and throws that pass right to the safety, who, by the way, I 1,000% agree, deserves credit for making a great play. He absolutely does. So we're not selling Grant Delpit short here. He did an awesome job there. He did a great job of baiting a quarterback into a mistake. But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't have, that he's absolved of making the mistake because the guy made a good play on him.
That is true. All right, I got Jerry Augustine waiting. He's going to make me feel better about the Brewers because I'm very sad about the Brewers.
He is one of, I've known him a little bit. When I was a very young person, like in my 20s, I had a crush on his daughter. But he is one of the nicest human beings on the entire planet, and he knows so much about baseball. I am happy to cede all of my time.
He, by the way, says he threw a pitch 94 miles an hour at one point. He wants me to call him 94 instead of the doctor of baseball. So I saw him pitch. I saw him pitch. I'm a little iffy on the 94.
I think he first of all, I don't know how your nickname process goes. The doctor, football, the professor. Like, you already have a doctor of football. I don't think you need, like, an anesthesiologist of football and all these. Like, I don't think you need a bunch of doctors. If he wants to be 94, let him be 94. Of everything you know about Jerry Augustine.
Yes.
Do you believe that he is lying?
Yes, I do, actually. I think he's exaggerating.
You think he's a liar? You're calling him a liar?
I think he's exaggerating. I saw him
lying.
pitch. No, it's not. Say he threw 92. And then, maybe I could have done 94. But I think you're right. I'm going to call him 94 and let it rest. I don't want to spend any time arguing over how fast he pitched because
Thank
it's
you
too
for
good.
your service.
All right,
I've done my work.
You
here.
have.
Take care, Big Guy.
94 is next. Thanks, Jason.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette down to about the KK River crossing. So give yourself extra time there. Northbound's backed up out of the Marquette up to North Avenue. Westbound 94 heavy from 17th Street all the way to Hawley Road. More delays heading through the Zoo interchange onto 894 southbound. Stays heavy all the way to Lincoln. Also from Beloit Road down into the Hale interchange. Westbound 94 also continues slowing from the Zoo interchange to the county line. Eastbound, you got backups from Highway 100 pretty much all the way to 35th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 60. Tomorrow, partly sunny, slight chance for showers, a high of 67. Weather is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Love, Jacobs, McKinney, Golden, and now Micah Parsons? This year's gonna be fun. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard-to-find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is time to talk the Brewers because I'm so sad I could cry. And Jerry Augustine, 94, because that's how fast he threw back before he was with the Brewers. And I do think the guns are faster now. So if he threw 94 on a gun then, who knows what it would be today. Not 100. I can't go that far. But he said, Homer, the pitchers, they'll be fine. So joining me now is 94, Jerry Augustine. For those of you that aren't old, he pitched for the Brewers at one time and pitched in the game, I believe, that Hank Aaron hit his final home run. Is that right? Do I have that right?
That is that. Yep, that's absolutely right.
7:55. No one remembers anything but his final home run. And you're like, hey, I pitched, and I believe we won the game, right?
Yeah, we did. It was a good start. I think it was a quality start. I pitched in the game and Hank Aaron hit his last home run.
Is there anything you did in your career that you believe is of greater historic significance than that? That's pretty.
I also pitched on Hank Aaron night at County Stadium. We had Hank Aaron night. We played the Yankees, and we ended up losing that game in extra innings. But
7:55 is better than that. You're gonna.
Oh yeah.
You may have pitched the quickest complete game ever in Brewer history. That's also possible, right? Wasn't it like an hour and 12 minutes or something?
Well, actually, I think it was against the Chicago White Sox. I threw a 3-hitter, and I think it was like an hour and 37 minutes. I threw 88 pitches.
Right now,
so,
I think that might be the quickest. Was it a shutout? Did you say 3-hitter shutout?
Yeah, 3-0 shutout.
Yeah, I'm going to ask to get the Brewers on the specifics on how many different records he set in that particular game. It's hard to believe. Do you ever remember a game that you played in that was shorter than 137?
Boy, there's some that were really close. I mean, back in the day, every once in a while you get a guy in a route and you get some that are pretty close. But that's pretty close. I was pretty much on that night, and game went fast, and we ended up winning.
I hate to tell you, even that doesn't rank with Hank Aaron's 7:55.
No, not even close. Not even close. One that's close, though, Homer, in the month of May in I think it was 75. I had 7 starts in 1 month and completed all 7 starts. That's a feat it's not a Hank Aaron thing. For 775, it's way, way more important. But for an individual like me to get 7 starts in 1 month, doesn't happen very much, and complete them all. And I think 1 or 2 of them were extra innings. So that's a big honor. Someone just let me know about that about a month ago, and I said, geez, I never knew that.
I will tell you, if I were you, 94, I would have been hoping that Hank didn't hit another one. I don't know how close he came to 756. Did he ever come close that you remember? Because you'd be watching going, don't go out, don't go out. I mean, back then, your team wasn't that good anyway. You weren't making the playoffs or anything, right?
Right.
Right. So, right. I mean, you won't admit it, but I would. No. I want to have the last one. How late was that in the year? Were there games? Did he play in games after he hit 755?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. And I don't know. He didn't hit any home runs, but that was a pretty big home run. I think if I remember, the score was tied. Might have been like 2-2 or something. He came up with a 2-run homer, put us in the lead, and then we ended up winning from there.
Because do you believe how bad it would be if I said, now joining us, Jerry Augustine. He won a game in which Hank Aaron hit his second to last home run. Why do you even bring it up, Homer? Actually, you know what? Your name should be 755. Come on, can we change? You got to be 755. Because every time they say why, I go, he pitched and won the game when Hank Aaron hit his final home run, and you won the game. I mean, there's everything about it's perfect, right? Won the game.
Look at the scorecard. I believe it's in the Hall of Fame, and it was a great honor.
Did you get to sign the scorecard, or did they not ask you?
No. I think Hank did, but I don't know.
I think I'm gonna next time if it's in the Hall of Fame, I might go there again just to say I want this thing signed by Jerry. I mean, that would be legitimate, wouldn't it? You're the winning pitcher.
It'd be an honor. It was an honor because it was a complete game. We won the game, and Hank had a big home run in it. And, that was really special.
All right. I'm trying to be happy because I'm so sad, and this is 7:55. I apologize for not calling you that from day one. I mean, think of that. I play. I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody else who played in a game in which Babe Ruth hit his last home run, or I don't know what you would have to say. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get to. I want to give time to think. I'm just devastated by the injuries to the Brewer pitchers, and while I thought they could win the World Series, it was based on having the pitching good enough that if they didn't score, they could still win, and I just don't think they have it. Doesn't mean they can't win the World Series, but I think it's significantly tougher now than back when it looked like the Miz would be the Miz or that Woody would be pitching, and both I don't think are going to occur. So that's coming up. Tune in to Behind the Bucks podcast on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, H&R Benefits Consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. Go behind the scenes of Giannis's Emmy-nominated documentary. Hear about the true origins of Bucks and Six and more. Behind the Bucks on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher. Yep, 7:55. Jerry Augustine is going to make us all feel good about the pitching as the Brewers get ready for the playoffs. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Fall in Wisconsin means football season, crisp evenings, apple orchards, and pumpkin patches. But it is also one of the best times to sell your home. With serious buyers looking and fewer homes on the market, you could score a deal before winter hits with the We Sell Group. Don't delay until chaos hits in the spring. The We Sell Group is ready to give your home a home field advantage so it gets sold this fall. The We Sell Group, helping Wisconsinites score big in their next chapter. Get started with Rob and Nick at WeSell.kw.com.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
Maybe the only team standing in the way of the Baltimore Ravens being a Super Bowl champion with Lamar Jackson, the quarterback, are the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, other teams will get in their way. We saw the Detroit Lions were able to do. The worst thing for Baltimore is having a lead going into the fourth quarter. Maybe have the game tied, or maybe don't have the lead, and maybe things will work out for you. They've had 16 such instances since 2019 in which they had a lead of at least 7 points in the fourth quarter that they have not been able to win those games. But last night, they looked dominated, especially the game went on by the Lions' offensive line. And then they were able to give us 7 sacks with Lamar Jackson as a quarterback and Derrick Henry fumbling for the third straight time. Sometimes windows to be a champion may be a lot closer to being closed than you seem. Not trying to put that out there against the Baltimore Ravens. They still have a talented roster. But maybe the only teams getting in the way of the Baltimore Ravens could be the Baltimore Ravens, and that's not good for the regular season or the postseason. In 60 seconds, no more legend in Oklahoma.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
New Beyond Raw Lit V2 pre-workout. GNC's #1 pre-workout. Now with harder hitting energy, an intense mind-body connection, and enhanced endurance support. This isn't just pre-workout, it's precision engineering for your body. Turbocharge your workout with new Beyond Raw Lit V2. Available now at GNC and GNC.com.
He played for the school. He coached for the school. He made that university football team matter better than anybody could have anticipated. But even Oklahoma State finally had enough when it came to Mike Gundy. After so many years of service on the field as a player and then a coach, and like I said, making that program matter in a state where you got Oklahoma over here and neighboring states like Texas and Louisiana, Oklahoma State decided to move on from Mike Gundy, who was so good on the football field and at times was really good on the football field too as a coach. But you can't lose to Tulsa if you're Oklahoma State, and especially when that was one of the few games on a Friday night in which that happened this past weekend. That was just a bit too much for the Oklahoma State athletic department to say, this is not going to trend up. So you can be a legend, and everybody's going to revere that name, Mike Gundy in Stillwater, Oklahoma. But legends sometimes have their shelf life, and for Oklahoma State, that shelf life is over regarding Mike Gundy as head coach. For the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio's Freddie and Harry.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Man, I'm glad to be home, I tell you.
With Jerry Augustine, 755. He won the game when Hank Aaron hit his final 755th home run. All right, Jerry. Everybody says I interrupt too much. I will not interrupt this. You say whatever you feel is necessary so Brewer fans can realize or believe that the pitching is fine going into the playoffs.
I think the one thing about this ball club, and you've seen it all year long, is the way they step up when they need to step up. They play such good baseball. And when you look at this team, why are they successful? Number one, because they are the best defensive team in all of baseball. They play very good defense. They do things right on the defensive side of the ball. Secondly, on the offensive side, they put innings together. They're four-run innings, crooked number of innings. They're lead all of baseball. They're right there with the best teams in baseball. They can put teams on the board when they need to. Not only can they manufacture runs, but the second half of the year, actually, they've been hitting some home runs. So they've been showing some power at the same time. And I think lastly, it's their pitching. I think when you look at their pitching staff, you look at what wins a pennant, what wins playoffs, it's your bullpen. Is getting to the fifth and sixth inning and being strong and being in the lead or having a chance to win. And if they can do that, this bullpen is strong enough to take them all the way.
All right. It requires Priester to be you explain us. Tell us about him.
Well, when you talk about Quinn Priester, you talk about when he first came over. He came over with the idea that when he was back with Pittsburgh and they saw him a couple years ago in Pittsburgh, he was a sinker ball pitcher, didn't really have much of a breaking ball, that he could throw for strikes, wasn't consistent with it, only had a little bit of a fastball, sinking fastball, and a curveball, and was trying to sink the fastball out, get a lot of ground balls. He's changed himself now where his sinking fastball is a pitch when he needs it, he can go get it, and he can locate it anytime he wants. What's been so good about him are his secondary pitches. He's gotten so good with his secondary pitches, his breaking ball, his cutter. He learned that cutter. I believe he got it together in Colorado, where he really found it. He's been able to throw that for a strike on a consistent basis. But what I like about him, he doesn't pitch to strike people out. He pitches to contact, and he's got all the quality pitches to throw strikes. He doesn't walk people, and when you do that, you're going to be successful.
They need Woody to be good enough to make it and have this spectacular season. You don't agree? Why am I wrong? He was so good and means that whoever they're playing, they might only need a run or two in some games because Woody is that good. And now they're not going to have him, and you're not worried.
Well, you have to when you lose. Anytime you lose a pitcher, Homer, that caliber, you take Woody. I've always called him the warrior because every time he goes on the game, he gives you his best. He goes right after you, and he dominates. And we all see what he can do when he gets in the playoffs and how he pitches. He steps up, rises to the occasion. When the Brewers needed a well-pitched game, you just give him the ball. He goes out there. He's going to give you everything he's got. He's going to keep it in the ball game. And he's been pitching so well this year. He's been able to come up with the things he needs to do, locating his fastball and his changeup. He's got the good breaking ball. This is really heartening to see that he might not be able to pitch. We'll have to wait and see if it changes over the next 5 days. But definitely, it does hurt this ball club. But they got a couple of guys that can step in. And I really like Jose Quintana. I think Quintana.
But he might be hurt too. Or, he is hurt, but we don't know how.
Well, they thought it was a slight leg injury where he's been running. And he's been able to throw the ball and go through his regular routine. And I'll tell you what, anytime you can go into a playoff and you got a veteran pitcher that understands the game, that can make adjustments during the game against an opponent that you're playing with, That's huge in the game of baseball. I think Jose Quintana is that guy. I think he's been there before. He knows how to pitch. He knows how to make adjustments. And I think he's a guy that all year long he's been nothing been very good at keeping the Brewers in the ballgame. And that's what you want your starters to do. Keep him in the ballgame so he give you an opportunity to win.
How are they going to use the Miz, and is he going to get back to being the Miz? Because they've hit him, but more than that, he's just walked so many people.
I think the Miz is going through a little bit of challenging himself to figure out what he wants to do. You know, most pitchers, what they say, Homer, if you get on the mound, they want you to do is slow the game down, be relaxed, go at a good rhythm and pace. And I think he's the type of guy that likes when he pitches the best. When you watch him in his first few starts of the year, he would get the ball, get the sign and go. He'd pitch with really good pace and rhythm, and every pitch is different. Some pitchers need that slow pace and rhythm where they sit back and think about the pitch and then execute that pitch. Some pitchers like to get the ball, see it, and throw it. And I think he's going through that stage as a real young pitcher in the major league where he's trying to find that comfortable pace. Now, he can go out there at any time and pitch very well. I think he can do very well out of the bullpen, and he showed that in the All-Star game. He came in. What did he do? He saw us. He got the sign. He went right after him and got through the inning real quick. I just think he's got to find himself at his pace and rhythm. He can do that both as a starter and reliever, but if he's going to be a starter, I'd like to see him at least get one more start to see where he's at.
All right, 7:55, formerly known as Jerry Augustine. Tell the world and state it, the Brewers can win the World Series even with all these pitching injuries. Go ahead. Say it, 7:55.
The Brewers can win the World Series with all the injuries they have because they play so well as a team. They got 26 guys that go out and play hard every day. They never give up. Anytime you play the Milwaukee Brewers, you play for 27 outs. You're not going to give in. And we've seen what this team can do. They do so many positive things in so many areas of the game of baseball. If they don't do it on the defensive side, they do it. They can get you some runs on the offensive side. But when it comes down, what wins pennants is going to be getting that starting rotation to get you through 5 and then have a really good bullpen. And I think the Brewers have the best bullpen in all of baseball.
You're not even the slightest bit worried. You have the exact same tone you had the last time we talked.
Well, I believe in them. I believe in them, Homer. I believe that they can win. And I tell you what, let's go out and enjoy this club while they have a chance to play.
You believe it as much as you believed that you would get the win in the game in which Hank Aaron would hit his final home run. You knew that was going to happen. Did you predict? Tell us you predicted that too.
I did not predict a home run, but I do predict that this club is going to be very tough to beat in the playoffs, and they're going to go out and play good baseball.
But, I mean, they're special, as you said, not because of this locker room. They are special because of the way they play the game and the skills they have in so many areas, right?
Yes, they go out and play hard every day. They never go into many losing streaks. They stay in every game. And I tell you what, the way they go about it, and they play to 27 outs. When you place the 27 outs, you have a chance to win. You're going to win a lot, and that's what this team does.
7:55, formerly known as Jerry Augustine on the tee, is next. They did nothing when Hank Aaron hit his final home run.
Southbound 43, heavy ride from Capitol Drive all the way down past Fond du Lac Avenue. You're back on the brakes through the Marquette down to